Thank you. We'll make this fairly quick. Actually, I'm Walter Hessert, and I'm the co-founder of Giddy Apps. We're a software development company in New York City, and we launched our first title, Derby Jackpot, in February. And I really enjoyed, in particular, Michael's presentation from Bodugi, and we'll see a lot of very similar mechanics, game mechanics, social mechanics happening in our game. The difference with Derby Jackpot is it's all pari-mutuel, it's all horse wagering, real money, and all of the bets are commingled with the pools at the tracks. Again, it's targeting all new players. I'm going to start with just a quick backstory on my brothers who co-founded the company and myself. We started Giddy Apps in 2012. At that point, our one brother, Bill, he had been studying horse racing and wagering with Steve Levitt, who's a behavioral economist and author of Freakonomics. Tom and I, on the other hand, had never been to a horse race. We all went to the Preakness in 2012, or 2011. I think this is a mistype here. And we had an extraordinary experience doing the basic essentials of horse racing, placing simple bets based on colors and name of horses, talking trash with one another, watching the live race, and winning a little bit of money, losing a little bit more. And the reason I bring up that story is to highlight two things. One, right away we recognized in casual horse betting, there were all the pieces for a very, very fun, online, simple, casual gambling game. They were all there. We didn't think we needed to create new pools. We didn't think we needed to do anything really wild. Being at the track, placing simple bets with our friends, in that case with my brothers, we felt the essence of a great game. And two, I want to emphasize that we are totally new to horse racing. So the game has been developed by starting with Tom and myself, and down through our game designers who came from social gaming companies like Zynga and EA, and through our engineers with really fresh eyes. And I think that's been critical to the success we've seen to this point. I'm just real quickly going to go through what is Derby Jackpot, the principles we had in mind when we designed and developed Derby Jackpot, how it is social, how we use social media, and growth. The principles were that it was fun, social, and simple. I'm going to focus on social right now, but fun was sounds, animations, things that we recognize in games, achievement-oriented play, and it's more than a transaction. Simple, it's a continuous play where we show one race at a time, selected in the back by an algorithm in the back, so it's track neutral, which is actually very, very appealing to the new player. Limited wager types, very little horse data to no horse data, no industry jargon, and a simple, great UI. So what does social mean to us? We operate with the mantra all the time to our players that they're a real person and they're playing with other people like them, and they need to always know that on our site. So no siloed experiences, but a shared community. More people, more fun. They know right away when there's more people on, it's more fun for them, and it brings an inherent social virality to the site. And three, the social is our content. What does that look like? Again, this is a lot that we saw on Bodugi. All actions are open and transparent. Players are betting together. They're seeing one another's bets. They're seeing who's on. Players watch the race together. We started with about halfway there to where we are as far as transparency and openness, and surprisingly, the players just demanded more, and they reacted better to more. So we started just showing who they'd picked, but not how much they wagered, and they wanted to see how much they wagered. They reacted better, that wagered more. So it has moved in the direction of more transparent and more open. Not very surprising on a web product in 2013. They see what one another are winning. A lot of simple game mechanics are in use that Bodugi's using, that all other social games on the internet are using. The games that hundreds of millions of people are playing, we're implementing them. Leaderboards, chat rooms. The chat room is just so critical to our site. We have players who will come in when they don't have any money, They'll come in before the races have opened, and they'll just sit and they'll chat with one another. And they all develop these personalities. We have profiles, which we continue to develop on the site. This all illustrates an important point that where a traditional ADW, the racing data and the live video or the race video are the main content, Derby Jackpot is a place where the social activity and the race video are the primary content. So how do we use social media? We do more than just add a share button to the different places in our site. We do a mix, just as a note, of incentivized share and just organic share, where we'll offer someone a free bet perhaps the first time they share in action on our site. We're also the only real money game on Facebook in the US with in action on the open graph. So when you place a bet on Derby Jackpot, it actually comes up with a unique URL automatically into the graph, as long as you approve that. Every single URL that's shared from Derby Jackpot is a unique story. So the first thing with that, it's constructed of a familiar face, it's constructed of a story, of a challenge often, and always a direct action. So shortening that funnel, because that is not only, the social is not only to enhance the play for the existing players and to increase engagement, increase the fun factor in our game, but the social is obviously also to grow our audience, to speak outside of our own backyard and to continue to add new players to horse racing. We advertise on Facebook very heavily. We have great results there. 95% of our marketing is done on Facebook. We believe that the emails, that the huge email list that were perhaps really valuable and an insurmountable competitive advantage 10 years ago aren't of the same value anymore. They are a competitive advantage, but in a world where Facebook can provide us access to all those people with so much more information, we can begin to aggregate those types of lists extremely quickly, and we have. So how we're doing so far, we launched in February. Just as a note, we launched as a white label service on top of 2 other providers, ExpressBet and eBet SportTech, in the US in 36 states. Again, it's all pari-mutuel commingled with the pools at the track. We've seen about 75% monthly growth. By month 6, we hit 10 million annual handle, 30,000 users. And the exciting piece is that over 50% of all our users had never bet on a horse race before, and over 80% of our big players had never bet on a horse race before. And so we continue to survey our players, to take this type of data, because it's very exciting to see the initial thesis that we had, that you can make horse racing with the existing wager types, with new interfaces, introduce them into the market as new types of distribution and grow the industry and grow player bases. If anyone, as a side note, if anyone has limitations to access to see the game, my brother Tom, myself have a couple iPads, and we'll be around tonight after this conference and then this weekend. And if you want to hop in the game and place a bet or see how it works, we're happy to show you a demonstration. Thank you.